Hey guys, welcome back to my another video, and this video is going to be about the contact form on the React applications. And when we submit our contact form, then we're gonna push to our Discord channel. And here, as you guys can see, this is my Discord channel here. It's called Webhook, and this is the webhook that will be a trigger. So here I have our React applications, and if I give some name here, so my name or email, doesn't matter the email, right? And here the message. If I submit this, then it says the message will submit, and we will see in our Discord here. We will also see that the message has been received, and here's a contact form, and here's the information that what we sent from. So that's what we're gonna build today. Let's get started. So we're gonna build this application all the way from scratch in React. So let me go to my the blank project branch. So we are in React applications here, and this is React applications has been created using the CLI command. If you guys didn't know how to create, then you can go on create or React application and CLI. If you search for this, and you can use the commands here using this npx create React app, and you can easily can create your React applications. And this is the boilerplate code that is comes with it. So here what we have it here is this folder will not come. I added this folder. So basically what happened is here is the index.html page, and in index.html page and it has a root called id. And if you go in the index.js, then in root.id it will add the react dom.create root, and it will add a react strict mode and app, and basically here is app.js that will load up, and that's what we see in the screen here. Okay, so we need to change this, and we will make a good looking form of contact, and when we submit the button, then it will post in our Discord. So now let's go to Discord, and let's talk about the Discord API here. So Discord provides the API here called Discord Webhook APIs. That's what we're gonna use. Discord also provide many more APIs beside the webhook, using the bot authentications and the other the user authentication, bot user authentication. But in webhook also we could able to create it, and in Discord also provide the webhook token to communicate with webhook APIs. So here it says that the webhook are a low effort ways to post a message to a channel in a Discord, so they do not require a bot user or authentication to use it, because in Discord also provide the web token, which is a webhook token, which is a different that the bot user webhook authentications, which is using OAuth2 on bot or bot users. But in a webhook token, it's not gonna use OAuth2. It just will give you the token, and it will not expire, but you can send a message through it. So I'm gonna show you the process how we can achieve it. And first of all, I will also like to show you guys there is a API which we're gonna use it, and it's called where is it? Execute webhook. This one we're gonna do a post request on this URL, and here is a webhook, and we need to provide the webhook ID and webhook token. I'm gonna show you how we can get this, but we need to get this, and based on this, and we need to pick a channel, and on that channel we can post the message. And here we could also upload the files using a multi-part form data here, and we can also submit the data using a JSON or a form params, but we're gonna send a JSON here, and we're gonna send the embedded message and couple of these content username stuff, and it will post in our channel. So the first I will open the Postman, and I will show you how we can post it in a Discord, and after that I will jump in a React and build with the contact form and do the submit part. So in a Discord here, basically now I will go all the way from scratch. So I will just create a new server here, and I'll just create a server called, yeah, Sam server is fine. I'll just create it. And here, if we go to the our server setting and integration pod, there is something called a webhook, and we don't have any webhook at this time. We have only 0. So we will create a one webhook here, and we can provide any name. We can also change the name using the APIs, but we can also provide here the default name if we like. And here we need to pick our channel in which channel this webhook should activate it. Well, I have only one channel here called general on this webhook, in general, yes, on this channel. So I'll just pick this, and I'll just copy it. Yeah, I'll just copy the URL, and if I click on here, and I just want to double check that the webhook has been created by right clicking, and just go on the same one. integration, and we will see here the one webhook has created, right? And this is the Spidey bot. I copied the URL, and let's see what's in the URL. So if I pasted the URL, and this is the how the URL look like. Here we have a webhook ID, and this is a webhook token. So we're gonna use on my Postman. So let me open the Postman here. So this is the Postman here. So I'll just paste that the URL which I copy, and this is a webhook. Sorry, the channel ID, and this is a webhook. Sorry, this is a webhook ID, I believe. If I check it here, yes, it's a webhook ID, and this is a webhook token. So based on our webhook ID and token, we could able to push the data in this channel, general channel. We have a general, that's the general channel. So we're gonna post on this one. So I have already created a body here, and this is the how the body look like. Let me go on different one. I think I have a different body. Oh, where is it? It should be here somewhere. Formatted. Yeah, this guy. So I'll just copy this, the formatted one, and I'll just paste it on this guy or this guy. Uh, it doesn't matter. I'll just use this one, and I'll just copy the Discord webhook endpoints again. So for that one, I need to go here, integration pod, out here, and just copy this, and I'll just paste it here. And once I submit, okay, Discord already got a message here, and this is the message what we got. It's from Spidey bot, message received, contact form, test, and the picture. The picture is coming from thumbnail. If we want to put the picture on a thumbnail, we can provide a URL. Here we can also provide URL, which we can, but we don't need to. And here is a title and description. And here it is a color, and there's a content called message receipt, and the TTS is false. The TTS is basically if we make it true, then the bot will speak. So if I send it,
Spyday bot said message received.
so basically it's going to receive the content if we turn on the TTS in our channel. If we turn off, then it will not speak. So there are other property also we could able to add it, which we can read about it in our read in the Discord documentations, and we could change it here and play around it. So this is how the Discord API works. So now we'll create a easy simple form here in React, and we're gonna use Axios to push this data easily. So now let's get to the React pod, and this is the blank applications which I show you guys before, and this is the how the blank project look like. And we're gonna also use the bootstrap just to make a life easier, just to copy and paste all the component to make our form. Okay, so now let me go first in React and delete all this boilerplate code which I don't even need it, so I'll just delete it. And this is how it looks like, the blank page. I'm not going to use any router adding stuff. I'll directly create on this main form. So I'll just create here the nav first. Nav, just give as a little heading on the top, right? It's a React contact form, something like that. So we can see in here, and give some class name here. So probably by the bootstrap. So here I'm gonna do a fixed stop. So we're gonna put this all the way on the top and give some padding too. And a background, let me do a background as a primary, so it will give you a blue color, and the text should be a white. If we save it here, then we will see our changes here. Oh, we will not see our changes. The reason why is we didn't add a bootstrap in our React applications. So it's easy to add. There are a couple of ways to add using npm, some npm also, but we don't want to do it that way. We're going to do most easiest way is to copy this bootstrap link and paste it in our index.html page. So I'm gonna paste it the link here below this, and that's it, and it's going to show up. So this is how the header, my header gonna look like, right? So now let me create a div here, another div, and on this div basically we're gonna create here the form, right? That's what we want. So let me grab some form also from bootstrap, so it's easy and we don't have to create. So let me get this form. Yeah, we're gonna grab this form. We're gonna change this later on. So I'll just grab it and I'll just paste it here. And let me clear a little bit up. There are a couple of things that we need to be clear. Form control, close this, and put it here and change it and save it. Okay, so this is how our form look like at this time. So I want to put this form in the middle of the screen. So for that one, let's add a couple of classes. We're gonna also create our own CSS to do it, but the Bootstrap also provide a couple of classes, so we're gonna use that. So make it as a height, as a viewport 100, so it will cover all the heights, and make this as a display as a flex. So this display as a flex, and here what we're gonna do is we're gonna do a justify content center, and we're gonna do align center. Sorry, it's called align item center in a Bootstrap class. So if I save it, so now here we have in the middle of the screen. So in a form here, I'll just also add the card class from Bootstrap. Okay, we see a card here, which is good. So now let me give some padding here on the card. So we will see some padding. So this is how it looks like. And let me also give all my class top level of all this the background color light. So we will see something like this. So now we're gonna change this as email has a name here. We want to provide the name for name here, and this is going to be a text, and we don't want this. And this is going to be my name first. Name, email, and message. That's what we like to send it. Make it the form control as a small as well, a little bit smaller. So form control SM. Okay, so this is how our form look like. And let me give here the message here, and this should be an email. And let me do a type as an email here. And in the message, what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this as a text area. Text area, okay. And we can provide here, and here we're gonna provide the calls here 40, and the rows is 5. So we can give some height and width here. So this is how it looks like now. And let me give here the class as well. The class I'm going to give exactly the form control class. Okay, so this is how our the text area look like, and this is the name and the form. Our form is almost ready. So now btn, let me do as sm as well, so it looks like a little smaller, and submit here. Instead of submit, do a send. Okay, so this is how our contact form looks like. So what we when we click a send, then it's going to send in our Discord API. That's what we're gonna build. So for that one, what we're gonna do, the first thing is we need to make sure that we can also use a fetch directly, or we can use a Axios. Axios is much easier. So I'll just use Axios. So I'll just npm install Axios. So it will install the Axios here. So I have here. So we have using React 18 here at this time. So now it's going to put the Axios as well. So once the Axios has been installed, we could able to use it. So for that one, what we're gonna do is we can also create another folder here. Let just for fun, let me create another folder, and in this folder called services, and here what we're gonna do here, we're gonna create a Discord service. Okay, JS. And in Discord service, now we're gonna create a component here, and in this component Discord service, we're gonna create another functions here called send. So in a send, we will receive our data, and here we're gonna send in our Axios. So we're gonna call our Axios dot. We don't have Axios, so we have to import Axios. So import Axios from Axios, and once we have Axios, then we can do a post here, and we're gonna post to our this guy here, and we can put this on inside the try and catch. So here, what we're gonna do, we're gonna pick this as async here, and we're gonna make this as await, and we're gonna go as a data here. So whenever we receive, we will see our receive. Actually, it will not send anything. If we check in our Postman, then it doesn't give you any message. It just say no content. Yeah, that's all. And that's what we see here. And if there is error, maybe we're gonna print the error. And this is our service called send, and we're gonna export this using here send. So our Discord service is ready. So we're gonna use our Discord service now on here, an app component. So in app component, basically we're gonna use a Discord service, and we're gonna import the Discord service here. and Discord service should check the data as well. Or maybe no, it should not check it because the send will check it. So in Discord service, basically it will return or send, right? And this is coming from Discord service. In a send, we need to provide the data, and data will send it here in the post. But we haven't created data here, so let me create a data here. So what we're gonna do, we're gonna copy this content, and let me put unsend here the body, and we're gonna post this body. In data, basically what we're gonna send here is we're just gonna change the description. So in the description, we will send the data. That's all. And maybe message receive is fine. And we're gonna send the data here. And we don't want to send this URL. We don't want it. So we're just gonna send it this one, false, white, message receive, something like that. And in the data, we're gonna post it here in a Discord, in a Axios. Axios in the post, we're gonna put this URL, and here we're gonna send the body. And body is this one. And in body, we will send the data. So data is going to be basically going to be name, email, and a message. So we need to get name, email, and message from form label. So for that one, let me create here called use state, and this will become the, so in the use state here, we're going to create a data, and here what we're going to receive is name, email, and the message. And if there is any error, then we will going to send this error as well. So this is going to be my state here called form state. So basically here now what we're going to do is we're going to use our form data and set form data. Okay, our use state is ready, and we have a form data and set form data. Now we need to bind in with our form label. So how we're going to do that? So for that one, the first thing is we will get the name here. So for that one, on here on change, here we will get the event, and on from this event we will get the name and values. So here we will get a name and the value from e.target. So what is a name? Basically, we don't have a name here. It's just have a type class name. So we need to give a name here, so we will know that this is coming from the name. Basically, it's a name here, the label. That's why it's coming from name. If it's from email, then we will write here email. So in the name and value, we will see the name and value of this guy. Let me print it and show you guys first. So I'll just print this, and let me show you here on my console log. Okay, so there is an error called class because the Bootstrap class does not have a class name. So I will select everything in a VS Code using a Control D, which I can able to copy and change it easily here. It's class name. So now we will not see that error. What is it here? So if I refresh, we will not see that error. So now if I change the name here, as you guys can see here, it's name and the value 1212. If I do test, then we're gonna see the value here, name and value, and this is printing from here, right here. That's what we see. So now we will get this the name and value. So what we're gonna do now, we're gonna set our form name here. So in the form name, form data, what we have is data and name and emails and stuff like that. So for that one, I'll just copy this set form, and in here the data, what we have it. So in data, basically we're gonna copy using we're gonna use a spread operator here, and we're gonna copy the everything which it has a previous on the form data on data section. Of course, we don't have anything, but if there is, then we're gonna copy is using this spread operator. And now the next step is we will add the name and values. So in dynamically, we could also able to write get a name from here. If we write a name and a value, then this form data will specifically understand that this guy is a name. This is not grabbing up from dynamically. So now let me leave at the name here. And for error one, we're not gonna use a error at this time. We're gonna put this as empty here. Okay, we just want to grab the name. For error one, we will do invalidation process. For that one, I'm going to record a second video. For this one, I'm just going to grab it and send it in the Discord. So now what happened is whenever the data will change, our form data will be change as well. If we want to see our form data, then we can print the form data in JSX. So for that one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna do string, JSON stringify, and the form data. So if I do it, we will see the values here, and if I change it here, as you guys can see, my data has been changed. So I want to do exactly the same process, the process. So I'll just copy this, and I will do the for an email part. So I'll just paste it. Oh, I didn't copy the unchanged, right? I need to copy the unchanged as well, and I will paste it on my email. So now this is the emails. For this one, we will not provide a name here because we have a name property on our form data, but for here one what we have is our email, so we need to provide here the email values. So now if I go it here and if I refresh here and change it, then we will see the change on the email, right? We're changing the state of the email. So the reason what we are doing is we are copying the same code again and again. We can make it more better just to using this form data again and again. For that one, what we can do is we can create another function here called set form data, which we already have it. So maybe we'll do a set dynamic form data. Maybe we'll create something like this. Okay, and for this one, what we're gonna do is we're gonna copy the same code, this form set form data, basically the same form data here. So on this one now we need to provide here the name and values, right? Name and values, and here in the name, instead of name, we can also get a dynamically like this. So now instead of copying this huge or bunch of code again and again, we could definitely use this the shortest one, set dynamic form data functions, and just provide the name and values here like this. So once we provided this guy, it will work for all these component, specific input type component here. I will just copy this. Here is done unchanged, and now we're gonna do a same thing on text area unchanged. So everything is done here. So if I refresh it, and here all this message, and here the is going to be changed as well. Something's happened on this message. Oh, we don't have a name here on message. That's the problem here. And we don't have a name here on the email as well. So we need to provide the name is very important. If we didn't provide a name, then yeah, the name value here will be empty. So it doesn't know. So we need to provide here the name as well. So if I save it, and if I save it here, so now here is a name, here's the email, and here is a message, and our everything is binding with our state. So then the next step is to click the button. So whenever we click the button, then it is a submit already. So on form, it will return a submit here, submit, and on form submit. Now we will see, we'll get the event here, and when the form will submit, the page will refresh. So to prevent that, we will use a prevent default. And now if I see the console log and I want to see the form data, then I might see the form data here. So now let me refresh this here. So if I put here everything, the email address, and send down, we will see the data here. Okay, so now our data is here, which is perfectly fine. That's what we're looking for. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna loop this data, and we're gonna post it, and basically we're gonna use the ascend here to post it. So we're gonna create another function called a post to discard. All right, and here we don't need to use this, and we'll just call this post to discard. That's it. So now these functions will execute here. So on these functions, what we're gonna do is we're gonna loop this data. So for that one, I'll use the object entries, and we're going to use this the form data, which is basically our state, and here we have a data. Now it will loop the key and value pair. The key is the email, and the value is whatever the user will put it here, that's going to be a value. So now it's a key and a value pair, that's what we're going to use. And for that one, it will loop it up, and we're going to use a map. So whenever it's using the key and value pair, then what we're going to do is we're going to put the first, which is going to be key, and the second, which is going to be value. So for that, I will use a backticks here for a string interpolation on ES6. So concatenate with the key, and the next one is the concatenate with the values like this. So once we concatenate it, so now the next step is I will join it. I will use the join functions here, uh, and the join with the new line, because we want to set as a new line on our Discord. So I'll just use as escape sequences like this. I mean, we could also create it using this in the for loop, and we will add it again and again, or we're going to use a one line code here as well. It's really up to you guys how you're gonna write it down, but this is a one way, this is a in one line code which we can achieve it. So now in a description, I'm gonna print it here how the description look like. So if I go in my description here, so if I send it, so this is the how the description look like. So this is the how it looks like. So I'm gonna put here the colon and save it. And when I send it, now this is how they look like. So our description is ready and our service is here. So the next step is to just to call the send service. So I'll just use a send, and here is a description what we're gonna provide, and I'll just save it. So now let's go in our Discord here, and we have created this one. So I'll just delete this the previous matches. And okay, so our all the matches has been deleted here. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna go in network here just to check that the request has been submitted or not. So I'll just click on send. So once I click on send, it says that the send is not a function. So now let me go back and check why it's complaining here. So we have a Discord here, and Discord, oh, the send we have is the capital S with the uppercase, and but I put the lowercase here. That's the problem. So if I send it now, so here we send the data we receive, which is nothing, empty. That's what the Discord will provide. And here it is, the name, email address. If I change something here, whatever, and if I send it again, we will receive the message again. So this is the easiest way. We can easily can create a form, and we can, for a contact for address form, and we will receive a notification on the Discord channel. And after the form has been sent, it we need to clear this form as well. And we can also clear this form here. So whenever the form is sent here successfully, basically on Discord here service, then we need to make this the form provide here on Discord set form data on Discord service. So Discord service will check this set form data, and here the data will submit. And when the data will submit here, the set form data will be sent. So here is the set form data, and what we're gonna do is we can copy this our initial state, and we will post our initial state here. I mean, we can also create our initial state here. I think it's better to create our initial state here, initial form state, right? It's better to create initial form state here. We can export this, and we will post this on here, initial form state, save it, and we're gonna use the initial form state here as well. So whenever the form will be sent, then we're gonna clear the form here. So I'll just save it here. So now if I send it here clear as well. So if I click it here, okay, the Discord has posted the message, but our form is not clear. The reason why is basically we are not binding the value on our input. So we need to bind our value of our form data here. So on a value, we're gonna do a form data dot, this is going to be our name. So we're gonna use the for name value again here. So we're gonna do here the for the email, and for a text area we will also do a value here in the text area called message. So now whenever we our change our data, which we're gonna send it on our Discord, so send it, it's sent on our Discord. If I check it here to verify, it's already clear here. So, but we can verify here in network, right, or on a payload that it's exact data or not. So if I check it here on our embedded, which we are sending it, here is it. ASDF is what we send it, and here. Send it one more time just to verify. So we're gonna send test at test.com, and 123 send. And here test I don't want to string. And so that's how we're going to create. In the next video, I'm going to also add the validations here. If you guys are interested, you guys can watch it. And thank you very much for watching this video. I know it's pretty long, but yeah, if you like my videos and learn something new, please do subscribe. And thank you very much for watching, guys. Bye for now.